There we go, Saturday the 2nd of June, live from Carson, California on Box Nation. It will start the usual time, sometime after midnight. It's the IBO Cruiserweight title between Tara and Latif Coyote in the WBA light middleweight title between Austin Trout. I always want to put face after that. Austin Trout and Delvin Rodriguez. I really do. Don't ask me. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me how. There's also a little skirmish on the undercard between a young guy called Peter Quillin, who I think's unbeaten in about 26, and making headway. A lot of people trying to put him in big fights in their head. Well, a guy's come out, well, not retirement, but he's kind of returned in. Now, this guy is, we overuse it, you know, living, breathing legend, but this guy certainly is. It's Winky Wright. He's been in some great fights, some brilliant fights, both in this country and all over the world. For years, he couldn't find a home. Was it France? Was it going to be Spain? Was it going to be London? Was it going to be Manchester? Then he was a bit of a nomad in America because, you know what? He's quality. He's class. No one really wanted to fight him. And I managed to catch up with Winky Wright to talk to him about his fight against Peter Quillin, which will be live and exclusive on Box Nation this weekend with the rest of that fantastic card. And I started by asking a very laid-back Winky, who was just sitting around in Florida. He's about to take his kids, I think, to a water park. And I started by asking him, when he looks back on some of those fights from 15, 16 years ago, those WBO light middleweight title fights, I started by asking him, did he look at that young Winky Wright and sort of wonder who it was?
I love, like I said, I love going overseas to fight. It was a great thing for me, you know what I'm saying? I think that it enabled me to be a better fighter. And, you know, it was time for me to move on and come back to the U.S. to try to become a bigger fighter. So, you know, I think it worked out for me.
I think it worked out as well. Winky, you seem to have just bounced from big fight to big fight to big fight to big fight. Are there still big fights left in Winky Wright and ones you can win?
I definitely think it is. It's just hard when, you know, once I got all the big fights and started beating everyone, then no one wanted to fight me. So it was hard to get big fights. So I had to wait, you know, I started waiting and waiting and waiting. Then, you know, you start fighting every once a year and once every 2 years. Then it was becoming a problem because none of the other big name fighters wanted to fight you. So you had to wait. And then you had to take fights that you really didn't want to, but you had to because they're the only fights.
Yeah, they are the only fights. And is that the only reason you've been out for so long? Or did you know, were you thinking about walking away from the sport at any point?
Well, I think that was the main reason why I was out for so long, because it was like, you know, why go through all this hard training and everything if you can't get a quality fight? You know, I think that I achieved enough in boxing to make my name a big place in the game, but I definitely wanted more, and that's why I came back.
And this fight with Quillin, I mean, he's unbeaten. He's got that high middleweight or high-ish middleweight ranking. It's a leapfrog fight if you can pull off a victory, isn't it? It's a fight that leads to a world title fight. Oh,
definitely. I feel it should, because like I said, a lot of fighters, you know, they come back and fight fights that they know they can win, you know, little easy fights, you know. But me, you know, I want to give my fans the best because my fans support me. You know, they want to see Winky Wright fight, and they want to see Winky Wright fight the best. And I always wanted to do that, so that's why I didn't give him a lot of fights where I wasn't fighting nobody, because that's not me. If I can't fight somebody that means anything, I don't want to fight.
Now, Winky, of all of your fights over all of the years, the world title fights, the non-title but big fights, what was the most enjoyable evening for you?
The most was, I would have to say, Trinidad.
And the flip side of that is, when was the night as you were walking to the ring, you had that sense of dread, thinking, it's not my night tonight, it's not going to go right. Does that ever happen to you, Winky?
No, not really, because I feel that I put, you know, I put myself in great condition, and you know, I get myself ready for the fight. So I never think that, you know, it's going to be a bad night. you know, if you go into a fight with injury or something, then you know that, well, maybe it may not go the way that I want it because of this injury. But if you prepare yourself and, you know, come in healthy, then, you know, you should be on top of your game.
And this weekend's show, there's a lot of big names there, a lot of egos at the press conferences. How are you dealing with that? Because you're the veteran, you're the guy with the real pedigree.
You know, I just sit back. You see, like you say, the young kids, they coming up, they want to make a name for themselves, so they want to get out here and talk and do all that. But I think that a true champion and a real fighter doesn't have to talk about himself. He let the fans talk about him. So, you know, if you establish yourself in the game and do what you need to do to become a great boxer, the fans will let you know.
And you certainly are a great fighter in the game. It's been a pleasure watching you from ringside and also from afar, and we'll see plenty more of you this weekend. Winky, it's been a delight having you on the show. Thanks very much.
Hey, man, thank you for having me on the show. And like I said, I want to say what's up to all my fans over there in Europe. Hopefully one day I get back over there for a big fight.
The great Winky Wright talking to me a bit earlier. I always remember when he fought Ensley Bingham at the MEN. I think it was called the MEN back then. It may have been called something different. I've got to be honest with you, Ensley pushed him and scared him, and he ran. He didn't want to be there. When he got against Steve Foster, he went for Steve Foster Senior, obviously. And then when he got in with Adrian Dodson in London, he went for Adrian. But I think Enzo caught him with the bingo shot, a left hook early in the fight, rattled him and shook him. And after that, he was really, really respectful. And I tell you what, it took a little while, but suddenly, or not suddenly, over the years, people started to look at Winky Wright and think, you know, this is one of the great fighters. He's one of those guys that was avoided. He's been in some big old scrapes, and maybe was kept waiting a bit long in sometimes, maybe had to fight out of his weight other times, but a really top quality operator and as you heard there, a nice enough guy. Now, in a